The opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Eastlink TV, its sponsors, or partners.
Hello everybody, this is Matt Head, and welcome to On Stage. Some of the best up-and-coming acts in country music are gathered right here in Walkerton, and we're going to be bringing you all the action. Today I'll be sitting down with the very talented singer-songwriter Darren Hancock, who's going to tell me a little bit about what it's like to be a family man and a budding country star. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss it.
Life's much shorter than you think. You turn around and you blink. You're gone like a flame from a candle in the wind. Gone and you'll never come back again. You can wait till tomorrow, but you might find out you're wrong. Before you know it, you're gone. Oh, you're gone.
So Darren, you got into music at a very young age. Tell me, how did you get started?
Well, I was probably about 16 years old, and I went to a house party. And there was this guy there who was playing acoustic guitar, and he was entertaining everybody, and everyone seemed enthralled by it, especially the girls. And I thought to myself, I got to learn how to do that.
That's how most start,
so that was my initial introduction to performing music, but I very quickly, once I started to play and sing, fell in love with the singing itself. And now I just do it because I love it.
Don't wait, you don't have to hesitate. Fortune favors the bold. Might have to go get alone and out of your comfort zone, cause you may never grow old. Gotta get that vision, seize the day before it's taken away. You're gone like a flame from a candle in the wind. Gone and you'll never come back again. You can wait till tomorrow, but you might find out you're wrong. Before you know it, you're gone.
So let's talk a bit about some of the songs that you're going to be playing, some of your original works that you're going to be showcasing tonight. So tell me about the first one that you're going to be playing.
One of them is called Family Man, and it's more or less based on a true story. So it's about my life as a family man and how that has influenced everything that I do. A lot of my songs will start with a single line. So this one started with, I work hard weekdays 9 to 5, and I have a long commute. So the next line is, come home dragging from a 2-hour drive, right? And I just built on it from there. And the one thing that made me the hook, it's not really a hook, but it's the lyrical line is, because I am a family man. And once I sang that, I knew I had to build around it.
And was that country when you started, or have you always done country?
No, I mean, it's a little bit of rock too, but I discovered rather quickly that no matter what I sing, I have a natural country-sounding voice. So I kind of gravitated towards country music because of that.
Already come true. I got a good life with my kids and wife, a little home on a piece of never dreamed it could be forever. Time went by and our love grew strong. Soon I knew you were the one. I went down on one knee, took your hand in mine, and said these words with tears in my eyes.
And what do you like about country in the performing or in the writing or just in being part of
It's genuine for the most part. It's genuine. There's a lot of rock music I hear today that just doesn't do it for me, but when I hear the country music from today, it's almost like the rock music used to be. So it speaks to me a little more lyrically.
And you like the kind of the country, the rock infusion into the country?
Some of it works really well, yeah. Some of it not so much, but for the most part, it's adding a little bit of something that's attracting the younger crowd to country music, which I think country music always needs.
All I've ever owned, my heart,
Who were some of your influences when you were coming up or just starting out in music?
Well, just starting out, probably, well, Garth was the main one. As far as country music goes, Randy Travis was also one in the early stages. I liked singing some of his style as well. Nowadays, my favorite by far is Brad Paisley.
Oh, okay.
So it's because he's got the lyrics, he's got the guitar playing, his voice is great, so I'm a huge Brad Paisley fan.
So do you try to emulate that a bit, or you try to just do your own?
Well, when I sing other artists' songs, I try to do justice to them as best as I can. So I sing in the style of that artist, more or less, because there's a reason why I liked hearing it. I don't like to change it up too much so that when I play it for the audience, that they hear more or less the same thing, but live.
And tell me about the band that you play with now. How did you guys come together?
Well, I had played in two previous bands before this one, and when I started this band, I thought I just wanted to use the Darren Hancock name instead of a band name. I had usually been the guy who did the lead singing, the songwriting, website design, all kinds of stuff. And this way, it doesn't matter who else ends up on the stage. As long as I'm there, the name applies.
Yeah.
So I frequently work with a lot of different musicians in my band. It's not always the same guys. I elevated to what I call a professional level of musicianship, which I'm very blessed to have been able to do. And those guys sometimes, when I offer them shows that I've been booked, are already booked with other projects. So then I have to do what we call sub out and hire different guys. But there's a plethora of really super talented musicians in this area that I get to pull from. And you're going to get to see some of them today.
And that must be nice too for you, getting to kind of get a different mix of people and get to meet all these different people.
At first I didn't like it.
No.
Because I was accustomed to having two bands where it was always the same members every day, all the time. So it was a bit of an adjustment for me, but I very quickly learned that I got to interact with so many different talented musicians. Everyone has their own style. And I ultimately decided that as long as it always sounds good, then I'm happy with it. And I've gotten to meet a lot of great musicians, and I consider most of them friends.
spend my money on cars or fancy toys. Of most single guys, it might be hard to understand, but I am a family man. There ain't much found in my bank account the day after I get paid. There's little left from my paycheck once the bill.
And you don't have to change your stuff too much when you're playing with other people? You kind of just are able to...
No, there's a core set of songs that most bands do that I can put to the list if I have to. I do have songs that I consider to be a little more unique to my song selection, songs I like to sing, and I will send them set lists ahead of time, send them copies of the songs so that they can pick them up, and we just, there's no rehearsals with my band ever.
Okay.
We throw it together on stage, and we're going to be doing some of that today.
So a bit of a fly by the seat of your pants
You bet.
type thing.
But these guys are all professionals, I'm not worried.
Our day has finally come to pledge our love in front of everyone. I can't believe how lucky I am to be the one who takes your hand. You look in my eyes, we know the time is now.
So tell me, what can fans expect at a Darren Hancock show?
Well, country music mostly. That's, again, because that's what I like to sing. I throw in some rock sometimes, some blues. I like to do requests if they're thrown at me and I know them. But for the most part, you're going to see some good country music, top 40 stuff. Today it's going to be peppered with a little bit of original material that I've written. One song I just wrote Sunday night that we're going to be throwing together today.
I was thinking about how life is really, really short, and you really got to take some risks and get out there while you still can, because before you know it, you're gone. And that's the name of the song, is You're Gone.
No, just count them in. I'm in.
It's a little fast.
You only go around one time, gotta make the best of it, man.
So you've taken home a few awards in the last few years. Rising Country Superstar and Club Artist of the Year. So what was it like to win those awards?
It was amazing. I was with a couple of different bands for those awards, but to be nominated is a win in my opinion, because you're being acknowledged by your peers and your fans. So to actually win against some other highly talented acts is truly an honor.
Check once the bill payments are made, but it's my pride to know I provide the best life that I can. 'Cause I am a family man. Well, I traded in my Z24 for a Windstar minivan. And I am a family man. Yeah, I am a family man.
So Sunday night, that was less than a week ago.
Yes.
That seems to me to be pretty tough to be able to come up with a song, write it, and be ready to perform it a week later.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Is this something that you
We'll
do?
see
very
how
much?
it goes. Well, like I said, my band doesn't really rehearse. So what I did was I recorded it acoustically, posted it on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel, and just shared it with the guys and said, let's throw something together for this song. And we're going to try to run through it in sound check and hope that it works out okay.
Well, that's exciting. You get to see a brand new song.
Brand
by
new
Jerry
song.
Hancock.
You're Gone.
Gotta take that risk, walk that line before you run out of time. And you're gone like a flame from a candle in the wind. Gone and you'll never come back again. You could wait till tomorrow, but you might find out you're wrong. Before you know it, you're gone like a flame from a candle in the wind. Gone and you'll never come back again. You could wait till tomorrow, but you might find out you're wrong.